Today I'm going to be reviewing a whisky that is so universally applauded, loved, that I've been scared to go anywhere near it because this is not my first rodeo with this whisky. I've tried it many times before, and each of the times that I've tried it before, I've not connected with it, I've not liked it. And that scares me a little bit, because if I don't like this whisky, they're coming for me. The whiskey mafioso, they're coming for me. They will tear me to shreds. They will chop me up into little bitty bits. And they will bury me in an unmarked grave, never to be seen again. So there's a lot going on my thoughts of this sip right now. Oh shit. Hello there everyone and welcome to John Drinks, the channel in which I, John, have a drink, and today we're going to be covering this. This is the Glendronach 18-year-old Allardice. And that little opening bit aside, people do fucking love this stuff. They really fucking love this stuff. This is sort of cult whiskey territory almost. Glendronach, a distillery that fell on hard times a few times, got closed down, reopened, closed down again, and now they're on a good footing because they're doing everything right. They're producing fantastic whiskey, they're not chill filtering it, they're using great sherry casks, and people are just adoring them. There's a bit of animosity about the 15-year-old, you know, it's not quite the same as the original revival, but do you know what? Everyone still agrees that it's fucking great, so shut up. If it's still good whiskey, who gives a fuck? There's my hot take of the day. This is Glendronach Allardice 18. I've said that already, haven't I? I'm doing a lot of these videos back to back, so I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty fucked up right now. So we'll just get through this. It's 46% non-chill filter. I've mentioned this already. Have I mentioned it's the 18-year-old Glendronach Allardice yet? Has that come up? Hello? So yeah, it's partly true that I've avoided doing this for a while because I've been a little bit worried about what my opinions of this would be, and it's true that when I've had it in the past, I've been like, yeah, it's alright, but it's nothing special. And also just the price. I've had my eye on a bottle of Glendronach 18 a few years ago. I wish I'd pulled the trigger long before now, because it's now broken into the £100. It wasn't there when I was first looking at it a few years ago. It has kind of skyrocketed a little bit, and it's going to keep going. The reason for that is simple. Glendronach, because they've only relatively recently reopened, a lot of the stocks that they had for making these different expressions were actually a lot older than the age on the label. Fun thing about whiskey, if you have a 24-year-old and you just want to call it a 15-year-old, you can do. There's nothing to stop you from doing that, because technically speaking, you're just declaring a younger statement. And according to the rules of whiskey making legend and lore, you can do that. Nothing's stopping you. Even though it's just a blatant lie, there's nothing stopping you. So that's what Glendronach did. So they got this sort of cult status for bottling much older stock at the price point of a younger whiskey. And it's done them well, because they're now raking it in. They're now up to, I think the 18-year-old is now an 18-year-old. And they're charging £100 for it. So, you know what? It's paid off for them. My previous encounters with this whiskey, they've both been in circumstances weren't necessarily sitting down and sampling it slowly, so I don't think I've given it enough time to develop. Hence the act at the start and all the rest of it. So this has had about 20 minutes to sit. So it's had plenty of time to aerate and all the rest of it. So it should, in theory, be at its best around about now. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in. If you want to learn more about Glendronach, every fucker and their mum has done this whiskey at this point that covers booze reviews, so go watch one of those guys. Go give them some attention as well, because they do things better than I do. They can be taken seriously, for one thing. Look at what I'm wearing. Why would you listen to me? Why would you listen to anything I have to say? Let's drink some whiskey, come on. My nose is so itchy. Yeah, there's like a glacé ginger, raisins, hot cross buns. Actually, yeah, hot cross buns, yeah. A little bit of like a shoe polish kind of a thing. Leather satchels. Those like sex harnesses that you try sometimes when the spice is kind of dying and you want to give something a go. That. I'm gonna drink this now and hopefully I won't be immediately assassinated. Yeah, it's pretty nice actually. Okay, cool. Cool. I get it now. Sweet. So, honey, lots of sherry, prune juice, a hot cross bun. Do you know what? Yeah, there's a hot cross bun in there. A whole hot cross bun. Butter and everything. If you put like jam in your hot cross bun, there's something not quite right with you, but I kind of dig it at the same time. Like silver shred marmalade, you know, like the chunky shit that nobody buys because it's bitter as fuck. That. 80% chocolate with a bit of sea salt in it. It's weirdly specific, isn't it? Bit of a caramel note to it. Burnt caramel. Espresso, like a good ristretto shot. Yeah, it's like nice things are shagging your mouth. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. There's like a little whisper of like French vanilla in there as well. Well, I'm enjoying this so far. This is really rather good. So, I'm gonna stick a bit of that old H2O in there and see what crazy things happen now. Oh yeah, I've not talked about the legs on this whiskey. In fact, I don't usually talk about the legs on this whiskey, and the reason for that is I don't give a shit. Something of a kind of like a Vimto kind of a nose on that now. More of a milk chocolate kind of an effect. Freshly baked croissants. Icing sugar. Glacé cherries. It's really nice. Yeah, there's like Manuka honey. A little bit of golden syrup. A little bit of maple syrup. Fresh cherries. There's like a ripe fruitness about it. Fruitness? Fruitness is a word now. I've decided. If Shakespeare can invent words, so can I. Fuck him, he's dead. Milk chocolate. Has a little bit of raisins in there. It's kind of like this slightly dry, slightly sweet, great bullshit going on that I'm into, and I dig it. There's something else in there, and I'm struggling to put my fucking words into it. Ah shit, I've drank it all now. That was about £5 worth. This bottle was like 13 quid, by the way. 13 fucking quid! It's nice whiskey, but I mean... yeah, plums and figs. There we go. Yeah, cool. Luckily for me, it's nice, so I'm not going to be horribly murdered in my sleep tonight. Well, I live in Dalra, so chances are for it I will be anyway, but yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice. I like it. It's good. It's good. It's fucking alright. Yeah. Do you want to know how alright it is? There'll be things and stuff down below where I talk about it. I've had a lot of whiskey tonight. Can you tell? You can tell. Oh man, I've got to polish this off with a strongbow. Jesus Christ, what am I going to do to myself? Cool. See, that is the Glendronach 18. It's lovely. Would I pay £100 for a bottle? Would I fuck? Don't get me wrong, it's nice whiskey. I can get comparable experiences for nowhere near that money. The Edredauer signatory releases that come out every year, on par with that. Okay, it's not 18 years old, it's 10 years old, but at the end of the day, the experience is pretty much identical. Not completely, it's a bit more fruitful with the Edredauer, but... still a damn good whiskey. When you're paying £100 for a whiskey, you need to make sure that it's a damn good whiskey. And to be fair, this is a fucking good whiskey. Don't get me wrong, it's a fucking good whiskey. But it's a special occasion dram now, is the unfortunate thing. It was maybe one of those ones where you could be like, oh, I'll treat myself, go on, yeah, and you know, you can have it on, but this is more kind of like a, oh, you're having another one of those screaming little bastards, what are they called, children, yeah, let's crack out the Allardice. It's there now. To be fair, most 18-year-olds are kind of getting to that kind of price point anyway, Aaron being a notable exception. And Arran is no slouch. It is fucking good stuff. Would I buy it again? Yes, but the occasion needs to be right. There's a yes but with it. There's a caveat just because of the price that we're getting into now. It would give me pause. I wouldn't regret buying it, but I'd have to think about it. Comment down below, have you tried any Glendronachs? What do you think of the 15-year-old? Do you prefer how it used to be or how it is now? Have you always loved the 18-year-old? Do you miss the fact that it's no longer 24 years old as an 18-year-old? Tell me all these things and more down below. What's your favourite colour? There we go. Something approachable for people that have just clicked onto this thinking it was the Simpsons review and been like, what is going on right now? Why am I still here? Why are you still here? It's a good question. Stick around, watch more. Give me some money on Patreon. That's down there as well. What else? How do I end these? Oh, that was it. Join me again next time where I'll be drinking something else. Probably a glass of water if I know what's good for me. The Whisky Mafioso. They'll come for me and they will kill me and they will tear me to shrimp. Shrimp? Shreds. Fucking hell.